Alone as two, together as one. As day turns to night, and the last of the grass is suffocated by snow, apprentice merchant Adelia finds herself completely lost and alone. With no hope for survival, she finally lays to rest her dreams of learning magic and discovering the secrets of her world, allowing herself to be taken by the elements. Yet she awakens and finds an unfamiliar figure lying next to her. A girl who is similarly yet uniquely alone. While she isn't forthcoming on any details of herself, the girl agrees to escort the merchant to safety, thus beginning their presumably short-lived adventure. Little do they two know, they both have what the other needs. Will they be able to find that hidden treasure within each other? Or will the depths and secrets consume them both? Hello and welcome, Lynx here, and today we are going to see to a game from a new dev. New as in we've never played anything from that dev, basically. From VARIA comes this Winter of Hours. We'll see what this is about. This might be slightly lengthier, I guess. Not like super long, but slightly lengthier, and that means we'll take more than one episode, I guess. Yeah, let us begin. Through the snow marches a stranger, neither man nor beast. What? Down the path paved with sweet regrets and painful pleasures, she continues to tread. She does not waver from her course, for she does not know why. Even as her body and mind are gnawed at by the blustering wind, she does not dare question her soul. Not yet. She bears the weight of splintered thoughts, fragmented memories, and swirling emotions. A bittersweet cocktail of laughter, fear, anger, and warmth, all wrapped with a promise. The road to forever begins here. She marches, and marches, and marches more. Onward as the snow falls and wind blows overhead. The creature knows nothing, thinks nothing, feels nothing. And yet she knows, thinks, and feels all at the same time. Day 0, journeys, and... Astor! Come back! My father's horse continues to run off into the forest, ignoring my pleas. Oof. I try using the whistle command my father taught me, but Astor is too scared to listen. Astor, please don't! He dashes behind a wall of snow-covered pines and disappears. Leave me! I look back at the cargo carriage that Astor was pulling moments before. At least where I thought it was. In my panic to catch Astor, I completely lost sight of the carriage. 200 gil for the fruit preserves, 400 for the leather scraps, 300 for the glass humor. Oh no! For an apprentice merchant like myself, this is about the worst thing that could happen. No, wait. I'm lost in the middle of a sprawling forest I've never traveled before, with no horse, barely any supplies. Forget merchants, this is the worst thing that can happen to anyone. I'm lost and cold and... I have to find Astor. I don't care if I don't know where he went, he couldn't have gone far. Astor! Astor! I tried following Astor's footprints, or at least what was left of them. The snowfall is starting to pick up, and his prints are already starting to fade. Oof. That must... I mean, to be fair, it looks like it's going crazy over there. So, kind of understandable that it happens. Anyway.
But that doesn't matter. I'll find him no matter what.
I look behind every ashen tree trunk and every snow-covered shrub. He's got to be here. Somewhere. Walking up hills that look even slightly trodden and scoping the barren wilderness for any signs.
Astor!
He couldn't possibly have gotten far. Right? I look behind every ashen tree trunk and every snow-covered shrub. He's got to be here. Somewhere. I push on, walking up hill after hill, scoping the barren wilderness for any signs of life. Step by step, inch by inch, until I give up. Not a good sign. My joints feel like they're frozen solid. I can't get up. My face pressed against the biting snow. I didn't know the cold was this painful. Oh, it can be. I don't know how long I've been looking for Astor. Long enough for the sun to have set, at least. I have no clue where my carriage is. The wind and snow are in the fervor now. This must be what a blizzard is like. I'm cold. I'm hungry. I'm scared.
I don't...
Blisteringly cold tears form around my eyes. It hurts to cry, but I can't help it. Not like this. I don't want to go like this. I
don't want to die.
Not before I've done anything with myself. I don't want to die in a cold and lonely place like this. No, I want to... And she fell asleep. No, it doesn't matter what I wanted. I'm dying here. I'm sorry. I let myself down. It wasn't the first time. But at least it will be the last.
Day 1? Question marks?
My eyes open to the sun overhead. I feel its warmth, more so than the scraping of the snow against my cheek. And the sun's wave. The sun shouldn't wave anything, right? Is this what the afterlife is like? Afterlife.
Huh?
I jolt upright upon remembering where I am. But my legs don't cooperate because they're held down by...
A person?
Definitely a person sleeping on top of me. And they're kind of warm too. Wait. Are they the reason I didn't freeze to death last night?
Mr. and or Mrs. Sun, thank you for saving me.
Huh?
Huh?
Whoops. Seems I spooked them. Clearly a woman. Come on, let's say her. Come on. The mystery person stumbles off my legs and onto the snow below, assuming a battle stance.
Apologies for yelling.
After a minute of tense staring, the stranger lowers her stance.
Sorry. Force of habit. Good to see you're awake.
I mean, obviously a woman, but... I wonder if she's like... I don't know. Should I say a demon? Maybe. Goes the eyes, right?
Yeah, thank you once again.
For what? The stranger seemed to ask less out of confusion and more so out of indignance.
Saving me? Must be going quite the corpse there, buried under all the snow.
Quite the corpse is a little assumptive.
Would I even make an impressive corpse? Did I say that out loud? Yeah.
I turned to hide my red-turned face.
Well, I'll be going now. Safe travels. Wait! My travels will most definitely not be safe. Oh. I almost died last night. I couldn't survive another night out here all by myself. Do you know how to make fire? Not in the snow, no.
In a way, you could say same way as without the snow, but you just need to find stuff that is not wet.
Do you have any supplies? I had supplies in my carriage before I got lost. But I have my clothes. I see. Excuse me. Excuse me for asking, but where are you heading off to? If it's not too much trouble, I would like to come along. I live in these parts. Oh, sorry, I had assumed But you have somewhere you need to be, right? Yeah, I do. The next town past Ubelden to the east. But I have no idea where the east even is, let alone Ubelden. The sun rises to the east.
Yeah.
You can start by walking in that direction.
She points towards the sun.
All right, silly me, haha.
I know where to go now, and yet I can't bring myself to start moving. The girl gives me a concerned look.
What's wrong?
See, I told you. The girl.
Anyway, what's wrong? Oh, no, nothing, I'm just worried about dying. Is this the time for philosophy? No! I'm immediately dying in this vast forest filled with... I don't know. I've never been on a horse carriage through the snow, but father thought it would be a good experience, and look where it got me. Alone and about to die. You look very much alive to me. That's not because you saved me. Ah! I did not. Oh, blast! I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that. Sleeping on top of someone in the middle of a blizzard doesn't count as saving. It's a survival tactic. I was just using your warmth. Well, call it what you like, but I would have died if it weren't for you. And think about it, if we have to spend a night out in the snow, we can use our warmth again. So what do you say we travel together?
But she said she lives here.
I said I wasn't traveling. Oh, right. But I don't mind tagging along with you. Hey? Until you make it to safety. Really? I mean, are you sure it won't be much of a bother? A little late to be asking that after you practically begged me to come. But no, it's no bother at all. Well, thank you so much. I just was never asked your name. How rude of me. It's fine. Well, my name is Delia.
Or Delia? Maybe both options are valid. Fine.
My name is Delia. I'm an apprentice merchant from the town of Slatebrook. And with whom do I have the pleasure of acquainting with today?
She looks at me, unfazed by my merchant speak.
What's your name? I don't have one.
I blink.
You don't have a name? Everyone has a name. How do you get through life without a name?
The nameless girl simply shrugs off my question.
Never needed one.
Now to think about it, she's quite peculiar. I have a lot of questions, but something tells me she isn't in an answering mood.
Oh, I have an idea. Meh.
This was supposed to be where she asks, "What's your idea?"
Maybe I could name you? Call me whatever you like. Okay, wonderful. Let's see. We are around snow. Snow backwards is once.
Please don't.
No, that doesn't work.
I mean, what did you expect? What was it called? Is it a palindrome? I think it was a palindrome, right? No. Okay. Not correct. Okay. Palindrome is basically a word that basically will be read the same way from left to right and from right to left. What is it called? That there will still be a word when you read it from left to right, but also from right to left, but it's different for. I don't know now. What ifs?
Maybe.
Maybe if I. Wait, where did she go?
Oi! Get back here!
She's ready to go into snowfall. Like, look at those shoes. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. She ignores my pleas and continues walking, forcing me to run to catch up to her.
Wait up! Looks!
She stops in her tracks.
Looks? Looks? Right, Looks! How's that for a name? Don't call me that. But you said I could call you whatever I... Not that.
Not looks.
How about... Nox? No. Periwinkle? Also no. Tiffany? Please no. Looks it is then.
Looks makes her discontent known with a glare. But she doesn't protest the name any further.
Come on. We'll march east until we're out of daylight. Yes, ma'am.
So we march. And march. And march some more. Trudging through the thick snow, Luke leads and I follow close behind. Or as close as I can be. It's hard for me to walk through all the snow, but Luke marches on like it isn't even there. I bet that's because you don't have, like, proper shoes for that. Luke stops and waits for me to catch up, but she doesn't offer to take breaks. I'm the one begging for those.
Another break already? Yeah, yes, please. Fine, but make it quick. Sorry, but I don't plan on it.
Beyond grumbling about my breaks, Luke never has much to say. Not that I was in any shape to break the silence. The most I could offer to any conversation was an out-of-breath plea for rest. After what feels like hours of trekking through the snow, my eyes find a familiar sight in the distance.
My carriage!
I take off ahead of Luke's with a newfound energy in my step. While I can't use it for transport, I don't think Luke's around like pulling it along. Lots of my supplies should be there.
Don't get your hopes up.
Soon enough, I see what Luke was talking about. Even the interior is coated with snow, and the wind was strong enough to carve faint marks along the wood. Most of everything was destroyed or blown away in last night's blizzard, and what's left was partially pillaged by what looks to be local wildlife. Oof. At least there are some fruit preserves left that I can take.
There really isn't much left of my cargo. Oh, but at least this is still intact.
Spotting the corner of a leather book cover, I rummaged through the carriage ruins to find
my personal tome.
Your what?
My tome, see?
What is, like a diary? I point at the cover.
I can't read. Oh! Well, it's just a big book with notes I've compiled over the years on my various magic studies. I'm not sure I brought it along, but I guess you could say it's my good luck charm.
Wait, magic stuff? Magics? But you are a merchant. And you study magic? Interesting. Interesting combination.
Magic? I didn't take you for the mage type. Oh, I'm not. Just a girl with a dream, I guess. But that dream was big enough to fill up that entire book with magic? Not the entire book, no. But a little over halfway. I've been copying down my favorite facts and spells from any wizardry textbooks my father could get his hands on ever since I was a little girl. Anything from common spells to advanced seals and even modern theory are inside this baby. All translated into common language for almost anyone to read.
Okay.
So, I hope that someday you'll be right, that I'd be able to fill out the whole tome with magic studies that can be passed down to others.
Lux has been staring me the entire time wordlessly. Is she interested? Or no, I must have been boring her.
Look at me rambling on about an old dream. Forgive me for wasting your time. You should waste more people's time. Hey? I mean, it sounds interesting, that's all. Wow, Sorry, I'm just not used to having a captive audience when it comes to the sorts of topics. Why not? Maybe it's just the crowd I associate with back home. Or more like the crowd I must associate with. But magic's cool. Right? Right? The keys to the universe's greatest mysteries, all within our understanding. Or, even thinking in a much smaller scope, the ever-expanding potential of even the smallest of creatures, let alone sentients like you and me. I mean, there's just so much to the world of magic that I wish I could tap into.
I let out a defeated sigh. I appreciate Lux's interest, but there is no point in dwelling on dead dreams. That only leads to more heartache than it's worth. Lux gives me an expectant look, waiting for me to finish my thought.
Sorry. Forget I said anything. Shall we get going?
Sure. Lux walks up ahead through the snow, but I don't follow suit. I stand still by the carriage, staring at the cover of the tome. Lux senses I'm not behind her and turns. I expect her to call me, but instead she silently waits. For someone who has nothing to gain from helping, she's been awfully patient with me. But here I am, still captured by that tome. I feel a little insensitive. It would be a lot of wave to lug around. Dead wave. But take it. I tie the book's leather straps around my body anyways, keeping it in place.
I quickly regret being so eager to continue marching once I become out of breath again.
As my luck would have it, we still have a couple of hours of sunlight left, so Lux insists we keep marching.
Lux, wait for...
Yeah! Before I can finish my plea, I'm face flat on the snow. I must have tripped on myself. Lux comes back to me. She doesn't say a word, but she holds out her hand to me. Can I just actually mention that this is a lot that's been done in this VN with, like, still, like, movement of characters a bit. Still, I mean, I guess it is a simple slide in, slide out, slide a little up, down, and so on, but... still, feel like not enough visual novels do that. Anyway.
Oh, thank you!
As I pulled myself up, I can feel Lux's grip on me tighten ever so slightly.
Let's keep walking like this. Hey, holding hands? Sure. You won't trip us off in that way.
I wouldn't be so sure about that. If she trips, she will kinda get you down as well. It is possible. Anyway, but maybe you will be able to hold out. Anyway.
Right, you make a good point.
It's a little embarrassing having to be led around by the hand, but I suppose it's better than falling on my face again.
Lead the way then.
Lux nods and we march onward, hand in hand. Lux slows her pace to match my turret marching, but she doesn't seem to mind as much now. Admittedly, the embarrassment I once felt soon turns to a sense of comfort. Knowing that I can rely on Lux, even if it's for something as simple as a walk through the snow. Still, she doesn't offer much in the way of breaks or conversation, so we spend the remaining hours of daylight marching in silence. Hand in hand. I drop down to the snow. My legs are reduced to nothing, and yet Lux asked me to walk until moments before sundown. But finally, salvation! She said we should set up camp for the night.
Here, I have some tarp and sticks we can use to make a tent. The wind seems calm tonight, so we shouldn't have a problem setting it up. You have set up a tent before, right?
I personally haven't.
I'm prepared to learn. That's the spirit.
Lux teaches me how to prop up the tarp using a few sticks, and soon enough we have ourselves a little tent.
It will be a bit of a snug fit, don't you think? Well, yeah, I don't tend to have guests. But you're always welcome to sleep outside. No, inside it is. I'll be going hunting now. If you can start a fire, do that. I don't know how to do that. Right. Just sit tight then, I'll be back.
Lux suspends her newly caught prey above the flame while I munch on the few preserves I salvaged from the carriage. Something about seeing a dead animal just feels gross. And sure, I'll run out of my food soon, but it can be more than a couple of days till we get to town. Right?
So, is this what every day is like out here? Minus the blizzard. Ooh, I know how you manage.
Lux raises her eyebrows.
Walking through a foot of snow every day is quite strenuous, no? It's life. I see.
Lux really isn't a girl of many words, is she? Even now, she's turned her focus back to roasting what I think is a snow hare. Have I ever... I don't remember if I had hare meat.
Do you know any fire spells? Huh? Fire, burn. Know any? Well, yeah, I understand what you're asking, but...
Alright, I told my shirt with her earlier. Looking back now, it's a little embarrassing how eager I was to blab about a dead dream with her. But now that she knows, the least I could do is dignify her with an answer. Especially since it seems like the only topic that interests her.
I do know a number. of fire-related spells, yes, but I hadn't the time to actually practice any of them. Or any spells, really. How come? Well, because I'm a merchant, not a mage. A merchant in training, at least. If I dedicated myself to a few years of mage training, maybe I could cast Agi onto some firewood. That should be enough to light a fire. But again, I feel like with the amount of training I've done in my free time when I was younger, most people have been able to cast even a basic spell like Zio by now.
What's that?
But I haven't any such luck. Zio? Yes. It's more of a party trick than anything, but it's a light electric spell that allows the caster to emit sparks from their hands. Mostly harmless, which is why it's common beginner spell.
Ha. Lux extends out her hand from beneath her layers and closes her eyes. After a few seconds, I see above her hand. Sparks!
This is Zio, right? Oh, wow! I mean, yeah, it is! I didn't know you practice magic, Lux. Still not big on the name, but thanks. I have so many questions. Who are your teachers? Do you even have any teachers? How was learning magic out in the wilderness like? I learned stuff from places. Oh!
Not the answer I was expecting, but I will take it over the silence.
Do you use magic often out here? I only know a few spells, but they all serve their different purposes. For example, this Zio isn't just a harmless spell.
Lux motions behind me, and I sigh, turn around. I notice a couple of snow hares in the distance peeping out from under the snow, entranced by the sparks glowing from Lux's hand.
Some animals are curious, helpful for hunting them. Oh, yeah. Hunting bothers you? What? No, not at all. Liar.
It's that obvious. For her, I don't have a problem with that.
Well, maybe a little.
I let out a weak laugh. Lux responds only by turning to face the distant hares.
It's not pretty, I'll give you that. But I wouldn't rely on foraging this time of the year. Still, if you don't like hunting, then you don't like killing.
Yeah?
So that puts me at ease.
Alright. I'm not sure I follow. Does that mean she likes killing?
No. So should I not be at ease? Your call. That does not inspire much confidence.
Not that Lux seems like the killing type, despite her macabre conversations.
So, ready to go to bed with a killer? Wait! No, I'm not.
On so many levels, I'm not ready.
Oh, okay then. I'll be in the tent. You're free to join me when you're ready. Yes, thank you.
Was she joking? I didn't think she could do that. It's probably safe. Probably. After a couple of deep breaths.
Come on, Delia. You can do this just a night with a kind, morbid stranger.
And a couple more deep breaths. I build up the courage to enter the tent with Lux already inside. It's dark. And snug, as I thought. I find some space, Lux left by the entrance and lie down. Her bunk is facing towards me, so I can see her expression.
Lux?
No response, I guess she's already asleep.
Good night.
I'm not sure what I expected. I try to curl up for warmth, but it's still so cold. And why won't the entrance flap stay shut? Gee. An idea comes to me, then a pang of guilt follows shortly after.
Lux?
Still nothing. I hope she doesn't mind. And turn around and scoot towards her back.
Warm. She's so warm. Oh, I could sleep like this for weeks.
I cuddle up even closer to her. I can feel her back rise and fall with each breath. Her breath! Slow, peaceful, yet minute. I don't think I've heard someone's breathe like this before. What do you mean? In fact, I haven't been this close to anyone in... well, as long as I can remember. I thought it would be a lot scarier sleeping with Lux, but actually, it's kind of exciting. No. What am I thinking? I need to calm down and get to sleep.
Good night, Lux. Again.
I burrow my face deeper into her back before falling asleep. That's an interesting looking safe area. Alright. You know what? Let's cut it here. And we'll continue tomorrow. Yeah. As much as I would like to sit to this and just maybe cover it in one go, I kinda can't. The game supposedly is 25,000 words long, so yeah. I'm not exactly sure. I'm not exactly sure, like, how many words do I cover in one video. I feel like it very varies depending on the game. Yeah. We'll see. We will see where this game exactly goes. We'll see what happens. We'll see what other magics can Lux do. And maybe, just maybe, we'll find out what her real name is. Maybe. Actually, no, we will not. She said she doesn't have a name in general. Then again, maybe it was a lie. I guess only the progress of the game will show. For now, let's end it. Hope you enjoyed. As always, the game is linked in the description. The game, of course, or not of course, maybe it's not obvious. Despite the fact that we play a lot of them from there, but the game is on itch.io, you can get it there. Link in the description. Made by VARIA, the game, of course. Also, the game looks freaking fantastic. As far as visual novel goes, of course. Alright, that's it for today. Consider liking the video if you enjoyed. If you're new around and you haven't by now, consider subscribing. Always super appreciated if you do that. We're, playing games here. A lot of games. And hopefully I will continue to do so. Alright, that's it. I'm out. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.